Let's see.
So this one, there's a little story behind this, right?
Well, I was gone this summer, and we didn't have this style of meter. And then I came home from one of my trips, and this had just magically appeared. And I assume, based on what I know about meters, that this is indeed a smart meter, or appears to be. And I had requested whether or not they could remove it, and obviously there's a hefty charge and a monthly fee to remove it. And so now, what I want to determine is, should I be paying to remove this smart meter, or is it really not presenting that much of an issue when it comes to our personal health indoors, with this being where it's at out here?
Right. Now, right on the other side, this is the kitchen. Is that right?
On the other side of this is actually the garage.
Garage, okay.
Wait, is it the mud pit? No, it's the garage.
Yeah, it's kind of the garage.
Yeah, because the mud pit's
Okay, so
Yeah, Will, if you need to get on that rock, go for it.
So smart meters, they operate around 900 megahertz usually. Different areas, there's some literature that says it goes up to 2.4 gigahertz as well, but I've measured mostly all 900 megahertz. So yeah, with this, let me see. So this is measuring, there's several issues with smart meters. They pulse a radio frequency. They produce a magnetic field because there's lots of current going through them. All the electricity and current is flowing through them. So if the other side of this wall was a bed or something like that, that can be problematic, right, because your bed's right against this like 20, 30 milligauss reading. So you don't want to be close to a magnetic field.
But this isn't going to broadcast like 100 feet way up into the bedroom or something like that.
No.
Okay. So this smart meter being out here where it's at, you know, if this were someone else's home and they had a bedroom on the other side of this, it'd be an issue. But if this thing's way out here on the outside of the house, out by the garage, it's less problematic.
Yeah, less problematic from a magnetic field standpoint. So that's one issue. Then it also is producing the radio frequency pulse. So there's a little something. I don't know if that's from a phone or it's at 900 megahertz.
I just switched my phone on, so it might be detecting that.
Okay.
But what we're testing right now, guys, is the smart meter. And folks, if you're seeing these little Instagram story clips, we're going to be posting all this on an amazing big podcast we'll be releasing.
So actually, I don't think these are smart meters. I do not think they're transmitting.
Really? Well, that's good to know. Because they seem to indicate when I reached out. Maybe they assumed because I asked why there was a smart meter that it was a smart meter, but maybe it's not.
Yeah, this is...
Well, a smart meter automatically detects without someone having to come in and check once a month the electrical usage. It'll just automatically broadcast to the power company the amount of power being used. But it also produces, because it's broadcasting, more EMF. And the question is, A, is this a smart meter that's doing that? And B, if so, is it going to be problematic in terms of the amount of frequencies it's producing?
Yeah, I'm not detecting any spikes. Usually we'd get a 900 megahertz spike and this meter would shoot all the way up to the top when I'm this close.
All right, so the smart meter doesn't seem to be much of an issue. Or the meter doesn't.
The meter, yeah, it's not...
that's good to know.
A lot of times when they do install solar, it's a different system
That'll make Nessa happy because I was going to have her start leaving rude messages with the power company. Might be a moot point, though. Now, while we're out here, you know what else we should test is the solar, since we got time, and this doesn't seem to be that big of an issue.
Yeah.
All right.
So
the solar is going to be more inside in the garage.
Okay. Yeah, let's go there.
Okay. All right, so Brian, our solar setup is basically here's the battery storage. We kind of had this last time you were here.
Yeah.
But I think what we installed was we actually purchased, I think from Shielded Healing, an inverter.
Right.
Or,
yeah.
or like a not an inverter,
power
but
conditioner.
Like a power conditioner.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's on the other side in here. Sorry about the tight space. We can squeeze in. So here is the Power Perfect box, which is here's the backup panel, Power Perfect box, and then the solar's coming in to those batteries. So what would you test in here if you're going to test something?
So we just need an outlet to plug into, and then
Okay.
we'll test it with the Power Perfect breaker
outlet
on
over
and off.
there. And the Power Perfect, that's the one that we got from you, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the whole house filter,
Okay.
and
Hold on 1 sec.
need the other meter from inside too. So
You can send the boys on a quest.
yeah.
Which one
You
do
guys,
you need?
one that looks like this, but it's white.
Oh, okay.
Should be in on the kitchen table. And then,
So we got to plug in right
trying to
here.
think if you got any room over there to plug something in. Yeah, just throw anything off to the side if you need to.
Make sure I don't get the wire there.
Is there an available outlet or plug back there?
I could probably unplug one of these. What's this thing? Orbit.
I'm actually not sure if one of those is unplugged, if it would be an issue or not. Because I think those are running what are those running? I think so.
Is this it?
The Stetcherizer?
Yeah, that's it. Okay. Well, we can also do outlet like in the garage.
Yeah, okay. That works.
And we could just relay the message.
Or I could drag an extension cable from outside into here.
Yeah, that would work too.
Okay, perfect. Hey, boys, can one of you take this extension cable, whoops, and plug one end of it into, actually this one. Here, just plug this in,
Over here?
and then we'll plug the other end in. Oops, sorry, 1 second. Okay, here we go.
Oh, here's the one.
Wilbur. Do you
Here's
like
a-
Will or Wilbur? Oh, you got one?
Here's an
Never
outlet
mind,
right
guys, we got one.
Whatever comes to mind first.
I wasn't sure if it was Will or Wilbur. When I spoke.
His name's Wilbur Sensing.
Okay, not about it.
Sensing is a great name for a photographer and videographer because he's filming things that we sense.
So the solar is on right now, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that's really low. So let me turn. So the breaker for this, it's probably marked. Let me see.
Yeah, the breaker for the solar is marked.
In the Power Perfect system right here. Cool.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to turn that off. And when we turn that off, we should see a change in the reading if it's.
Okay.
So now it's off.
Now it's at 197 at 200.
What was that before?
40.
A lot lower, 40.
Oh, wow. So that Power Perfect's doing a lot.
Yeah, it's doing a lot. And
So that's essentially a whole house dirty EMF filter,
yeah,
and it's working on the solar as well.
right.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So normally we'd be getting 190 millivolts while running this solar, and with the Power Perfect box installed, that's reducing dirty electricity from the AC-DC conversion on
Yeah.
the solar, and flip it back on. So let's see what it drops down to. So if we could see this on camera, don't flip it on yet. So here's what it is without the whole house dirty EMF filter. That's also plugged into the solar. Okay, flip it on now.
Or
Boom, nothing. That's impressive. Dropped it down to 40.
okay. So sometimes, usually with the solar panel or a solar inverter, it's going to be like even higher than that. It's usually going to
Yeah.
be like 1,500, 2,000.
Wow.
You've also got a lot of the plug-in filters around the house, which helps
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
So, but this is really close to the panel, and we've got it placed in the exact
Yeah.
right location. So it
Perfect.
filters
Well, I'm
it
glad
before it even
something's
goes in.
working. All right, so some of the modifications we made since Brian's last visit, they're actually working. Hooray.